Hi there, welcome back to the Studio I YouTube channel. I have watched way too many storytelling videos, and that is why we're here. We're going on a hike together while I'll tell you 10 things that you need to accept in life in order to be successful. Let's go. You are responsible for your own life. You cannot put the responsibilities of your hopes and dreams into the hands of other people. And that is different from asking for help, of course, because I don't want you to become like this ignorant person who hates everybody around them. But the only way to make your dream life come to life is by putting in the work and the effort yourself. I have to get off this thing. Let's hope I don't end up in the water. It seemed like a good idea. Oh God! The time will never be right. If you are still waiting for the right time to start project X, Y, Z, stop it now. You'll learn a lot by doing, and the right time will never come along because you will never feel ready until you have done the thing. There will always be a million reasons not to start a certain project. So start looking for the reasons to start instead and get going. Love will never be easy, whether you have it or you don't. We all need love in life, that is just a fact. But it doesn't solve all your issues. It's not because you have love in your life that all of a sudden everything in life becomes a whole lot easier, because love in itself is very hard as well. It will inevitably have ups and downs, and it will feel good and it will feel bad, and it requires a lot of work. And I think that's something that we often forget, that love can be so complicated and that it's not really the thing that makes us the happiest all the time. So take that need of love and wanting to be in a relationship with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of love that you can give yourself that you don't necessarily get out of another person. So loving yourself and giving yourself all the love you deserve will always be necessary, even though you are in a relationship. I'm here on the side of the road to tell you that the climate crisis is probably a whole lot worse than you think it is right now. So do your research, make the necessary adjustments that you can make in your life, and just try to do as best as you can. We cannot be perfect, but if you want to be successful, then we will still need a planet where success still matters, or where it's even still possible to be successful. This part of the hike is like really challenging. Honestly, it's super muddy and I'm slipping and sliding all over the fucking place. But hey, it's all for the lookout point. dark in here and probably full of spiders, and I might be disturbing all of the birdies outside of this hut. But you have got to be honest before you can be positive. In a society where happy is the norm and we're always trying to be positive and happy and that toxic positivity kind, we tend to just shove our issues aside instead of dealing with them in order to be positive. You don't get anywhere with that. There's not really a point to trying to be positive when you haven't been honest with yourself yet. Because if you can admit to yourself what the problem is, when you can be honest about your current situation, only then can you take a positive outlook and try to fix what is wrong. Because if we just try to be positive by ignoring the reality of the situation, subconsciously it will always be a negative situation because you haven't fully addressed the issue.
A life based around work will never be fulfilling. And it's not only because it's exhausting, but also because there's always needs that aren't being met by your job. We have a bunch of different needs, and it's impossible for a job to just fulfill that one thing. So maybe you need a creative outlet after work, or maybe you need to move your body because you've been sitting still all day. Or maybe like me, you barely see anyone all day while you're working and you just need social interaction outside of work. Whatever it is, you need to find hobbies and other projects to fulfill what your job cannot do. Everything passes with time, the good and the bad. And you just have to accept that. Life will always have its ups and its downs, and everything just keeps on changing. We need the bad in order to appreciate the good, but if there was no good, then we would all just put a bullet through our head because it would be a miserable existence. At least I think that it would be a miserable existence. Ride those ebbs and flows, accept that when you are in a low period, that is when you grow, and when you're in a high period, that is when you get to celebrate that growth. So if things aren't going all that well for you right now, it's not your fault. It's just the circle of life. You're probably giving yourself way less than you deserve. And before you disagree with me, let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you have boundaries in place to protect your mental and physical health? And do you yourself respect those boundaries? Do you give your body enough nutrients, enough rest, and do you consider that a basic, not a reward? But do you also not forget to regularly treat yourself and your soul with yummy sweets and fun activities? And do you expect and reinforce respect from everybody around you? Do you only allow people in your life that respect you and your boundaries? And do you even believe that you are worthy of that respect? If you answered yes to all of these, feel free, skip ahead, don't listen to me. But I bet that most of you said no to one of these questions. I certainly do. I mean, I'm not perfect with the nutrition and the movement part, and there's a video coming on that soon. But it's a hard truth to accept, but it is one that you can fix. You can put in enough effort and time and respect and love for yourself to make sure that you start giving yourself what you deserve. Because if you want to be successful, I've said it a million times before, that you will have to support the hell out of yourself. And that will only work if you give yourself absolutely everything that you need, deserve, and more.
run away from your problems, you will carry them with you everywhere. Because you cannot outrun your issues. If you pack everything up and move to a different country every time things get difficult, if you switch jobs every time somebody critiques you, or you change hobbies, interests, friend groups, every time something gets hard, nothing will ever be fixed. So try sticking around for once and to actually face your fears, fix the issues, and you will be far more successful. Things will never go back to normal. There might be a million reasons as to why your life is upside down right now, and you will get used to it, and you will move past it, and you will grow. But because you grow, things will never go back to the place they were before. And that's okay. You need to keep on moving forwards, but accept that it will never be as it was before. So I'm back home right now. I wanted to finish the video off at the end of the trail, but two boys were trying to light the trash can on fire. So I left and I went home. But I hope that I gave you some wisdom. I hope you liked the new format of this video, and if you did, you will probably also like my 26 things I learned before I turned 26 video, or my 10 instant life upgrade videos. And if neither of those interest you, I would still consider subscribing because I'm uploading a lot more content soon. Or you can subscribe to the podcast, follow my socials for more daily updates. And with that, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Toodaloo!